As Samuel Smiles once said, we learn wisdom from failure just as much as we do from success. Now I take it you have never heard of this man, and to be honest, when I started writing this speech, neither had I. But he was a Scottish author and a government reformer. But that isn't important. What is important is what he said. We learn wisdom from failure just as much as we do from success. Now these are powerful words, and we can take a long, hard think about these words and apply them to our everyday life. Let's take a deeper look into this quote. Let's start at the beginning. What is wisdom? Wisdom can be described as good judgment, knowledge, quality of being wise, and having experience. Now wisdom is not just being book smart and being good at maths and science. It is being able to realize things that you can do, that you can't change your past, but you can do everything in your power to give yourself a better future. And realize things such as you can't take control of everything in a situation, but to control the things that you can. It is like being street smart, if you will. Some people are born with this sort of wisdom, and some people are never able to understand that same wisdom. Having wisdom from a young age, it allows you to make smart decisions and will then benefit you and enable you to have a better quality of life, and sometimes be at the right places at the right time. And as we know, timing is everything, and then could then be exposed to great opportunities. For example, any fool can know, the point is to understand. This was said by Albert Einstein. This is a perfect example of solid wisdom, because wisdom is measured as how good your common sense is, and this is precisely an example of just that. Wisdom from failure is exactly how we learn. This is just a fancy way to say we learn from our mistakes. Going back to the quote, any fool can know, the point is to understand, is a good example if you look at it from the right perspective. Because anybody can realize a mistake they have made. The point is to understand that mistake and prevent this from happening in the future. Anyone can see that they have made a mistake in a certain situation, but the point is to understand the mistake they've made and how to do better in the future, and how to apply this to every aspect of life to better themselves and to become successful from the mistakes they've made. Some people may never learn from their mistakes and may carry on making the same mistake time and again. But there is hope, because generally wisdom comes with maturity, and then they too can better themselves and become successful from their mistakes. This coronavirus is a perfect example of how people could have learned from failure as they were already successful. People could have had a successful business, and now the coronavirus has hit hard and people are struggling to stay afloat. They're struggling to keep their families fed and keep paying the bills. These people are among the businesses they were once above. Now they need to reinvent themselves and think a little more than outside the box. They need to change their marketing strategy. This may not be their own fault, and this may not be their own mistakes, but this is the same situation. There has been a setback, and they need to now change from their old ways and re-strategize to become better than the other businesses. I hope you can take what I've said here today and use it, because I believe that these words are quite powerful. You can do a lot of good for you. I hope you can take these words and apply them to every aspect of life, because if you think about it, learning from our mistakes is really what's going to help us. I hope you can look at your past and look at the mistakes you've made and see how you can improve later on in life. Some food for thought. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life